All right. Apparently, there's some kind of YouTuber who likes to take, or just TikToker who likes to dress like a woman and take pictures of himself inside ladies' restrooms. Not okay. I'm pretty sure it's damn well illegal. So let's go into that now. I don't know this. Lily Tino, apparently. This is a video by Ablaze. Again, we always like, subscribe, and now we're going to get into the video.
Meet Lily Tino, the most hated TikToker who
That's a guy in a dress. That's a fucking guy in a dress for sure.
streams herself bullying waitstaff, snaps bathroom selfies with strangers in the frame,
That's illegal as fuck.
and melts down on every TikTok because a waiter dared to say, "Sir." She baits people
I would love to run into this person. I'll sir the fuck out of them. I'll be like, oh, what's up, bro?
for misgender slip-ups, then weaponizes those clips for clout, turning real workers into props for her outrage circus. From publicly rating Disney women's restrooms to declaring Kurt Cobain
Absolutely
probably
disgusting.
trans, Lily's
Absolutely
shock
disgusting.
tactics finally backfired, and the internet couldn't be happier. This is the satisfying downfall of TikTok's most hated creator, Lily Tino. Before she was Lily Tino,
Before we get into this, I want to make it clear, I am not against the LGBTQ community. I am not against them. My best friend, a man that I consider my brother, I was best man at his wedding. We have matching tattoos. What's up, Lexi?
Oh, I reversed both those to see if you mind taking the box out.
What?
I said I was.
Oh, you can hang out in here with me. It's okay. Or not. Sorry about that. Anyway, I'm not against them. My best friend, a man I consider my brother. We got matching tattoos, me, him, and his husband. We went down to New Orleans. I was best man at their wedding. It was a beautiful ceremony, and I support them, and I would die for him, and I would die for his husband. So, no, this isn't me bashing on the LGBT community. This is an individual who is doing disgusting, evil things that needs to be addressed.
on TikTok, she was known as Nick Contino, a shy kid escaping into video games to cope with a life that didn't feel right. Born in the
As many of us have done, which is perfectly okay.
early 1990s, Nick grew up loving games like Pokemon and World of Warcraft. In those virtual worlds, Nick often played as female characters, notably a pigtailed girl avatar named Lily, long before coming out as trans. I spent hours in Warcraft, slipping out of the real world in which I lived as a cisgender boy named Nick, she later recalled. The fantasy of living as a girl provided solace from the pain and denial that marked Nick's youth. This dual life planted the seeds for a future transformation. Fast forward to adulthood. Nick built a career in the video game industry. By 2021, she was a business development lead at a gaming startup and even wrote articles about games. But inside, Nick was struggling with gender dysphoria. In her late 20s, she finally found the courage to begin her gender transition, adopting the name Lily Contino, often stylized as Lily Tino online. As she later explained, her life transition began with a career transition, leaving the corporate gaming world to live authentically as a woman. In mid-2022, Lily publicly came out as transgender.
There is no issue at this point of this person doing this. This is an adult consenting to doing this and transitioning and getting what they feel would make their life better. At this point, this person has not interfered with anyone else's life but their own. They're making a decision that affects only them, which is perfectly legal, perfectly okay, and perfectly supportive. That is fine. I do not hate this person for this. This is not why I dislike what this person is doing.
And her personal journey was about to go very public. In November 2022, Lily Tino posted her first TikTok video, beginning to document her transition from male to female. At 32 years old, she openly shared her facial feminization surgeries, hormone updates, and everyday challenges. The response was overwhelmingly positive at first. Viewers flooded her early videos with support. These heartfelt comments show how Lily's transparency resonated with people looking for an uplifting transition story. One of Lily's first viral posts was a montage of her physical changes over time, a common TikTok trend. It struck a chord and garnered hundreds of thousands of views. Encouraged by the feedback, Lily leaned into being a full-time content creator, even calling herself a professional transgender person.
Okay, I don't know about that. That's interesting, but okay.
In her bio, with a warm smile and colorful outfits, she portrayed a hopeful narrative of living authentically. In these early days, Lily's public persona was largely sympathetic. Little did her new fans know the tone of her content was about to take a sharp turn.
Why does that always happen? Why can't you just be the genuine person you're portraying? Why can't you just be that person? Why does it always have to have some kind of stark turn?
Lily's TikTok lives also became a staple. She would stream her daily outings, especially her meals at restaurants around San Francisco, inviting viewers to share
Of course, this is in California. Of course it is.
a meal with her. When I'm sitting there and just eating, it's like you're sharing a meal with me, explaining that seeing a trans person in a mundane setting could foster understanding. It was a noble idea, using food and candid conversation to bridge gaps. By early 2023, Lily had a modest but growing following.
How many videos does this person do? Would they have a circular or a what's the word? A cylindrical shaped object with two ball shaped objects? How we get it? Why are you making these phallic depictions? Why?
And her streams were picking up momentum. Empowered by her viral fame,
We can only wonder what
Lily
that
didn't
is.
simply continue her restaurant live streams, she escalated them. 5 days a week, she planted her phone on a mini tripod, turned on TikTok Live, and roamed San Francisco cafes in search of the next outrage clip. What began as lighthearted
Wait, so this person runs around shopping for people to misgender them? Shopping for controversy? And then I guess breaks down whenever it happens, cries, does all that
Eat
shit.
With Me content morphed into a spectacle where conflict was the
And that's exactly what happened. Title of this
By July
TikTok misgendered 3
2023,
times.
she was testing how far shock value could push engagement. Cue the inappropriate video that happened in Disney,
I'm dating someone who turned their cake pops into a donut.
in which a
Why are you doing this? Absolutely disgusting.
scene with a literal cake pop of a potential gender-affirming surgery. Although at this point, these videos have happened more than once.
Disney's gonna ban me for this one. My corn dog is still intact. I'm not happy
Why are you telling people this, dude? No one gives a shit about your genitals. Why are you doing this?
about that, but sadly it takes a long time to turn a corn dog into a inverted corn dog. When I got my cake pops removed, I specifically asked my surgeon to leave the bag intact. That's because down the line, if I wanted to use my cake pop stick and turn it into a donut, the bag can come in handy. Get banned from Disney.
Jesus Christ, this is disturbing. Why are people platforming this nonsense?
That's where we're about to get banned from Disney. Last summer,
You should be banned from Disney, man. You're doing this in front of children. What the hell are you talking about? You're at Disneyland. Disneyland is for children. If you've never been there, or if you're watching from overseas, Disneyland is a theme park based on cartoon characters targeted toward the audience of a child. Okay? They built a theme park about that. People bring their children and their families there to enjoy it. Can adults enjoy Disneyland? Absolutely. I still want to go there and build a lightsaber one day. For sure. But I'm not going to have indecent adult conversations at a place that's literally crawling with children. What the fuck is going on? Disneyland should ban you.
I got my
And how many videos has this person shot at Disneyland? Are these all in one day, or is this multiple times?
cake pops removed, and the plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow wand reconfigured
He's doing this. I can see and hear children in the background. Did those children consent to be in your video? Probably not.
into a
I know California is a one-party consent state, but I don't think if the parents knew that this person was making adult-themed conversational videos, instructional videos with their children in the background, I'm pretty sure their parents would have something to say about that. I certainly would.
marshmallow tone. Unfortunately, a few weeks ago, I noticed some hair regrowth.
Disneyland is meant to be a safe, family-friendly space. But Lily Tino's own livestream antics are turning it into the opposite. Given her graphic, disgusting TikTok videos,
My stomach is actually
many
turning
parents now
watching
feel
this.
the park isn't safe for their kids. For the sake of families, it may be time for Disney to show her the exit.
You Need to Chill by Juno Dawson.
The way you try to target young children is a little concerning. You tried to dress up as Miss Rachel twice. You talked about your K-pop at Disneyland, and that's a children's place.
Viewers who'd once praised her vulnerability now complained that she was performing trauma for clicks. The running theme
Yeah, she's
soon
trauma
became
farming.
misgender baiting. A server would drop a casual "sir"
Sorry, is everything okay?
I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir.
Listen, bro, how are we supposed to know that? You look like a man.
Lily's face would light up as if she
Oh, was that an actor or was that an actual server? If so, that server deserves a promotion.
she'd struck gold, and the next 3 minutes would be a tirade
People think waitstaff have to take all the shit you say to them, and they absolutely don't. Waitstaff has every right to tell you to go fuck yourself.
on camera about pronouns, oppression, and educating the masses. If no one slipped, she occasionally misheard a harmless word, then scolded the staff anyway, but everything got so much worse. Surrounded by families, Lily began live streaming
Oh, that is disgusting. There's other people in the background too.
from a restroom corridor, rating each women's
And this is at Disneyland.
bathroom on ambience and privacy.
I'm only assuming that.
Fit into Disney World.
Okay, it's at Disney World. Sorry, he leveled up.
I don't really know what the deal is with bathrooms. You know, Florida is really conservative. I don't know what the rules are. Trans women are allowed to be in women's bathrooms, but I'm about to go and use the bathroom because I have to tinkle. If I get stopped, I get stopped, I guess. But I'm a woman, so I'm going to use the women's bathroom, and being in Florida or being in California or wherever isn't going to stop me. So I will report
I think it will. I dare you to go to Israel and try that. Go to the Middle East and try it. I dare you.
back in a minute once I have hopefully tinkled without issue. Went as well as it could have gone. No one gave me any weird looks. Definitely no one stopped me. Walked in, I found a stall. I peed. I peed standing up, which is something I'm sometimes a little self-conscious about with the sound. Like, oh, is there someone peeing standing up there? But you know what? I peed standing up and it was fine. And then I washed my hands and I left. And you know what? On my way out from the women's bathroom, I took a quick picture with someone who recognized me and it was lovely. So overall, Disney World in Florida, 10 out of 10 women's bathroom experience.
Why do you continue to go to these children themed parks? Why are you doing a lot of your content there? That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. That does give the ire that you may or may not be targeting an audience of children.
For trans women would
She snapped selfies inside stalls, other women's shoes clearly visible beneath doors, and joked that Florida lawmakers would have a stroke if they saw her. Within minutes, Twitter lit up. Parents called the stunt creepy. Activists called it
That's a child in the background. What the hell is the matter with you?
reckless, and even some allies said it violated basic decency. Or, though Lily's stun isn't consequence-free, a woman who recognized herself in Lily's Disney restroom selfies has reportedly filed a privacy complaint with Orange County authorities, citing Florida's voyeurism statute.
You're taking pictures of people, man. Take a picture of yourself is fine, but doing this in a bathroom in a vulnerable place where people deserve some privacy, where is your sense of self-preservation and where is your sense of mutual respect for people in the community? What the fuck are you doing?
Statutes 810.
You want to know why there's this stigma, but from religious communities? You know why they say that LGBTQ people are creepy, or they make all these weird ass accusations about LGBTQ community? It's because of you, man. It's because of people like you doing this stupid shit, putting families in vulnerable places. You keep giving them ammo to come after you. What the hell are you thinking?
0.145. If prosecutors pursue the case, Lily could face a third-degree felony,
I hope they do. I hope they pursue the case.
to 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine.
All right, y'all, now we have one person that has officially come forward to press charges against Lily Tino. By now, we all know Lily Tino went to Disney and went into the women's restroom and took selfies with other women and children in the background without their consent, and then came on TikTok and posted and rated every single bathroom experience. I made a video talking about the fact that that was illegal in the state of Florida, much less.
Well, if it is, I hope state of Florida pursues charges and tries to do extradition to Florida to see this person put on trial.
Not
They make it very clear. This is not what all LGBT people do. They don't do this. Most of them don't do anything close to this, all right? Don't connect this idiot with the rest of the LGBT community. That's not okay.
to mention, it's also against Disney policy to take photos within the restrooms.
That was only the warm-up. At a sit-down restaurant in Epcot, a waiter accidentally addressed Lily as Sir. Sensing viral potential, Lily pounced, demanding a public apology and even the removal of the bread tower. The outburst felt more like choreographed drama than genuine offense. And sure enough, the manufactured outrage sent the views soaring.
That is fancy looking. Cool.
The bottom is from Thailand.
Coconut bread from Thailand.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. And the middle one is from India. It's the papadom with the gingerbread chutney.
Okay.
And the third is from Brazil. It's a cheeseburger with the guava sauce.
Thank you. Just like totally sucks the joy out of this bread tower.
Oh, shut the fuck up. That is the worst acting I've ever seen, you big baby.
Immediately like leave. Because I no longer feel like safe here. It's like, oh my
You
god.
don't feel safe here. Are you kidding me? It was an honest mistake for a societal norm that you're trying to create. You don't get to walk outside and tell people what to call you. You just don't. It's not how it works. All right, get over it, you big baby. All right, I don't get to walk outside and tell people, hey, you have to follow my YouTube. You have to follow my Twitch. You have to follow my Kick. I am a streamer. You must respect. I don't get to do that. All right, this is a hobby for me. All right, I don't get to tell people what to call me. They can call me whatever the hell they want. I can tell them my name, sure, but I don't get pissed off if they fucking say my name wrong or do something stupid. What the hell is the matter with you? You have connected your identity to this so hard in your mind. You have to do. You need a therapist, is what you need, to unravel the knot that you've tied in your own mind.
Now it has to be up. I'm not going to enjoy this bread as much because my card is up. We should be
I bet you do. I bet you eat that whole fucking thing, bro. I bet you he destroys the whole thing.
to go places and not have to worry. I don't think I really want this bread tower, actually. I think I'd rather have to check if that's
Yes,
okay.
yes.
I think that's the training. We're supposed to say friend or just not use gendered language. It's like a pretty big thing that Disney has done. Nothing was wrong with bread. I just don't want it anymore. Just because they apologize doesn't mean she doesn't feel sad or offended. Yeah. Exactly, right? Like, if you've accidentally ever hurt someone and say, I'm so sorry, it was an accident, do you expect them to be like, oh, it was an accident? Of course, no problem whatsoever. All of
Yes, a reasonable person, if someone did something on accident and there was no actual physical damage or anything, even if there was, there's a lot of people who are actual normal. And when I say normal, I don't mean non-transgender. I mean normal in their mind, where they will say, oh, it was not a big deal. It was a small mistake. Let's make light of it, or let's move on past it instead of fixating on it. The person did the work. They apologized. They capitulated to your demands. What fucking more do you want?
that hurt is now undone. It's not how it works. Sorry about what happened. It's okay. I would love to pay for
Your inability to accept a genuine apology is not the fault of the waitstaff or the fault of the person who allegedly perpetrated against you. Do you apologize for demanding 99% of society capitulate to your ideology? No, you don't. You say it proudly and you love it. So shut the fuck up.
the drink, please.
No, the drink is on YouTube, so
You don't have, are you sure?
you're good. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you
Sorry
very
about
much.
that.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Crucially, trans creators blasted her too, pleading, "Please don't judge us by Lily." Parents who'd witnessed the spectacle posted statements describing frightened children and staff walking on eggshells. Disney's own employee subreddit blew up with cast members venting about influencers turning the parks into career-ending minefields. The fallout was swift. Lily lost brand deal inquiries, her daily follower gain flipped negative for the first time, and Bread Tower became shorthand for performative outrage. In that
Yeah, that's
single
exactly
week,
what it was.
she transformed from controversial
Do they order a bread tower everywhere they go? Jesus Christ.
to radioactive. Proof, many said, that her live streams weren't about awareness anymore. They were about manufactured martyrdom at the expense of ordinary workers just trying to do their jobs. The funniest thing about all this, though, is that she's now being recognized at restaurants, and some owners don't even want to serve her anymore because viewers are calling ahead to warn that she's just trying to score a free meal.
Could I do the oh, ignore it.
They say holding in jail from people.
No. It's not true.
So many people calling me already.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, my guy, are you surprised when you built up this high level of toxicity that there was an equal and opposite reaction to what you're doing? That people are warning other people, people are making outrage. You are making an outrageous platform. You are making outrageous content. You should expect outrageous things to happen in response. This is 100% your fault. And small businesses should not have to suffer for what you're doing.
Sorry.
They calling me because they say they can come here and can order like free food.
They're saying that I'm saying that you can come here and order free food.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah. Can you tell them like
Um,
my restaurant just restaurant.
Oh, I trust me, I understand. I never said that there's any free food. Those are internet trolls.
Yeah.
But if you'd like, I'm happy to get the check now and leave so that I can be out of your hair.
But they just calling me saying, but what if you say like that, blah, blah, blah. I say, I don't know.
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
There's nothing I can do about them,
Okay.
but I am happy to pay my bill now if you'd like, if you want. If you
No,
want.
the food is almost done. I just want to let
Okay.
you know because so many people calling.
Yeah, no, it's not that they're really sad, miserable people that are transphobic that try to make money.
Oh my god, my guy, you need to learn up what phobia means. Phobia is an irrational fear of something. They're not afraid of you.
And my life more difficult. I'm sorry that you had to be
Yeah,
a target of that because you're just here making food and I'm just here eating the wonderful food.
That's why.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Yeah.
Imagine sitting on the internet and calling up a family-owned restaurant and lying to them. If y'all are able, I would.
Imagine going to Disneyland and taking pictures of yourself with children in the background in the bathroom. Imagine going to Disneyland dressed like a little girl when you're a grown-ass man. Imagine harassing wait staff when they make an honest mistake and putting their face and their actual job in jeopardy by putting them on your stupid TikTok. Imagine being that petty. Wouldn't that be crazy? Imagine that.
Would really love to leave this restaurant a significant tip. Our first $10 tip came through. Oh gosh, y'all coming through. We are tipping $210. That's because of y'all. Thank you for helping make it up to this restaurant.
As Lily's content pivoted toward conflict, the internet's goodwill began to evaporate. On Reddit forums, users started circulating clips of Lily's outbursts. Others, both trans and cis, agreed that Lily's behavior was making the transgender community look bad by reinforcing the stereotype of the overly aggressive, perpetually offended trans activist. The sentiment was summed up by another Redditor. How fragile can you be?
This person is not an activist. This person is a bully. This person is 100% reached beyond the pale of activism and gone right to the point of outright deception and being just mean and just trying to hurt businesses and hurt people professionally. This is crazy. This is honestly crazy that this is being allowed.
I'm non-binary. I would never do what she's doing. Mistakes happen, you correct it politely or ignore it, but this is too much. TikTok itself also turned on Lily. Her own videos' comment sections became war zones. Many viewers...
I agree, Auntie. This person is completely destroying any goodwill that the LGBT community could have made in the last 10 years. This is completely destroying it. This person has downright entered the realm of predatory behavior.
Accused her of manufacturing outrage. Stitches and reaction videos multiplied, with other TikTokers openly mocking Lily's antics. One viral stitch showed a montage of waiters immediately apologizing to Lily after saying "sir" to highlight how none of them meant any harm, and then cut to Lily furiously lecturing them regardless.
This is like asking I don't know if you guys remember, there used to be the Home Improvement show that was Ryan Seacrest. He tried to high-five a blind person. This would have been like if Ryan Seacrest tried to high-five that blind person, and that blind person would have screamed and freaked out at them. That's not what happened. All right? The blind person didn't care. All right? This person gets called, and that's significantly worse. That's an actual disability. This is something this person chose. They chose to live this lifestyle. They chose to go through this path of being a transgender person. And they're surprised when people aren't with the program. I'm sorry, man. This isn't a fucking movie where we all live in a software society where we all get a little update and we're all aware of everybody's identity. That's not how this works. He's not... Every waiter isn't fucking Vegeta with a scanner that can see what your pronouns are. Get over it. People misgender you. People pronounce my name wrong. I go to Starbucks and they spell my name wrong. Get over it. I don't freak out at them. No normal person does.
Even some transgender creators joined the pylon, saying Lily's over-the-top reactions were unwarranted and harmful. Importantly, Lily's hypocrisy became a talking point. She often insisted that others use gender-neutral terms, like...
Okay. Everybody in this country, in America, has a First Amendment right. A First Amendment right to free speech. There are restrictions. There are restrictions on what you can say. You can't do calls to violence. You can't do calls to action. There's other restrictions, okay? But this person thinks that it is okay to put some made-up right to not be offended above the rights of people to free speech. There is no such thing as free speech. All right, where you get to say, there is a thing as free speech, but there's no such thing as a right to not be offended. That's crazy. It's completely nonsensical. Your First Amendment right does not trump somebody else's, and theirs does not trump yours. You can both say things that other people don't like, and you get what you get to do, Lily. You get to get the fuck over it. That's what you get to do.
Calling customers friend instead of sir, ma'am, to avoid misgendering. Yet in her...
This person is demanding an entire rewrite of common language to capitulate to their identity.
In speech, Lily would casually refer to servers as guys or assume every barista was a he. The irony is how Tino preaches about neutral language while referring to his waiters as he. And in an infamous move, Lily made a TikTok claiming that late Nirvana singer Kurt Cobain was probably trans, essentially assigning a new gender identity to a dead person.
Did you just assume Kurt Cobain's gender, Lily? Did you just assume his gender? What's wrong with you? Isn't that against your cardinal rules?
As Lily rattled off her evidence Cobain wore dresses, he once said he felt more feminine. An early lyric draft mentioned wanting breasts. Viewers cringed. It came off as profoundly disrespectful and absurdly speculative. If Lily felt justified pronouncing Kurt Cobain as a transgender woman, critics argued, why should she object so strongly to someone calling her Sir? That January 2024 Kurt Cobain video became the turning point. Overnight, the enthusiasm that once surrounded Lily collapsed into near-universal backlash. Even communities that supported her, including trans advocates, turned their backs. They called her out for projecting drama into every situation, saying her behavior reflected poorly on the whole movement. What began as solidarity quickly devolved into collective embarrassment. People accused Lily of playing the victim over minor slights, baiting attention by reacting as though everything was about her identity. When she received a polite request not to stream inside a restaurant, she saw bigotry. When a delivery went wrong, something out of the restaurant's control, she blasted the staff online instead of letting it go. These moments shifted public perception from...
So that's when she entered the realm of officially being a fucking bully. Yeah, you're in their place of business, they make the rules. And yes, sometimes logistic issues happen. Someone who's probably never participated in a business or participated in something logistic probably doesn't understand that. I'm assuming that's what happened with Lily, but that doesn't give you right to throw a fit and sick your fucking Twitter goons on them, alright?
From advocate to entitled. It wasn't just outsiders who were losing patience, it was her own tribe. Her fans pointed out the hypocrisy, demanding respect, yet disrespecting. others, they grew tired of the constant outrage and the sense that any small inconvenience was part of a grand oppression. Critics argued she was weaponizing her trans identity, not to advance rights, but to deflect any accountability.
All this person is doing is making it harder. All this person is doing is creating more ire and more distance between a common understanding.
And so, the narrative flipped. The same audience that cheered her on began to see a pattern of behavior that didn't feel authentic or righteous. It felt performative. In their eyes, Lily's dissent wasn't the result of opposition, it was self-inflicted. By turning every minor hurt into a crusade, she alienated people who once saw her as a leader.
Hi. I'm a food critic and I travel around San Francisco.
I'm a food critic and I travel around San Francisco. Oh my god.
With my phone and stream my meals. Typically, for any meal, between like 75 and 100,000 people will witness the meal either live or after the fact. Would this be a good time for me to record my experience here? Yeah, I'm just gonna leave.
What did you expect them
on? Okay. I think they're like all watching me as I walk out. All right.
Yeah, you just went in there and you did something completely out of the societal norm. I'm sure that's the only time anyone's ever come in there and asked them to do that kind of weird shit. Why would you do that? What? I understand giving them notice that you're going to be recording their food, but you had this whole thing pre-scripted. I don't think that's your first time ever saying that. You said that way too easily. I'm pretty sure you've said that before. Why would you introduce yourself like that? No. All you got to say is, hey, is it okay if I record myself eating this on my TikTok? Is that all right? If they say no, no big deal. If they say yes, okay. What's the problem with that? Why do you got to overcomplicate this and make this big performative piece? You went there shopping. You were hoping you got exactly what you wanted. You got told no, and you made it into a big deal. And you're like, oh, they're staring at me, blah, blah, blah. You completely manufactured this reaction by being outside of what is normal for their routine. You did this yourself. You created this scenario. What part of that aren't you understanding?
Okay, well, goodbye. I don't know what to say.
I can clearly say you don't know what to say. You've gone so far beyond the pale, you don't even know how to communicate normally anymore.
I don't know how to
talk.
They're all just kind of looking at me from the kitchen. Okay.
Yeah, because when you go into a restaurant and use the word food critic, that puts them on edge. Have you ever heard of the Michelin program? Have you ever heard of the city ordinance? Yes, food in restaurants, they get a bad critique and it's over for them. What part of that business-wise do you not understand, you absolute buffoon?
I'll leave. Yeah, it definitely is intimidating for it to be that many people, but there's several reasons I mention it. Is one, because I want them to know that it's not just like I'm a random person videoing my food. Because it also lets them know, like, hey, enough people are going to be seeing this that you...
No, because you want them to be on their P's and Q's. You want them to give you your best performance, and you want them to capitulate. And I guarantee you, on the inside, you won't say it out loud, but you want free food. You want them to give you their best for free. Stop it.
I want to be sure to, like...
The thing about food critics, they don't go into restaurants and say, I'm a food critic. They just go in and act like a normal customer. That's why it was weird to them.
Be on your game. And also it could result in a free meal.
I fucking knew it. It's like I'm a fucking prophet. I swear to God. This person is a monster.
So...
One recurring issue is Lily Tino's shocking treatment of restaurant staff during her frequent live streams. Tino often broadcasts herself dining out, with her viewers paying for her meals via TikTok live donations, only for her to relentlessly complain about trivial issues and demand special treatment.
Push them back a little bit.
That's the thing. This person doesn't want fair treatment. They want special treatment. They want capitulation. They want all these extra steps done specifically for them.
I'm still going to use the women's bathroom even if it's against, like, rules. Yeah, I think I will.
So you're inciting people to break the law?
As a statement, you know? If I, like, for example, if I was in Florida, I was in Florida last week, and it was not allowed for me to be in a women's bathroom, I would still use the women's bathroom. because that is something that I feel strongly about. If they want to make us think about it, they can, and I'm happy to make us think about it too. That's how we fight back, y'all. That's how we fight back. So acts of solidarity with our trans brothers and sisters and siblings.
In one instance, she badgered a waiter with endless questions about a salad dressing, even requesting a sample of it, seemingly just to create conflict. Night after night.
So we got this trans Karen going around harassing waitstaff and trying to get free meals. What the hell's the matter with you?
She finds something wrong with her meal or service and demands to see managers, often trying to get employees reprimanded or even fired for minor mistakes. Observers have noted a pattern. She'll complain about a hair in her food while her own dog sits nearby, shedding fur, then use the situation to score freebies or refunds. All the while, viewers are sending her hundreds of dollars in donations.
Right? Like, I wake up, I do everything I do during the week revolves around this because I love doing it. There are other things that I could do that might even be a way to like accumulate more wealth, but I love doing it so much. But just be able.
Yeah, and that's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with asking for equal treatment, right? There's nothing wrong with asking for equal treatment, but this person isn't asking for equal treatment. This person is putting a stain on the trans community, to say the least. If I'm being, and that's saying the least. This person is an outright detriment, if I was to be honest, to any kind of cause that the LGBT community is trying to build. This person and people who act like this, who go on platforms, who get hundreds of thousands of followers and do obscene and awful, retarded things, like taking pictures of other people in the bathroom, saying it's a selfie, but there's other people in the restroom, going to child-themed parks and child-targeted areas and doing this kind of stuff is not okay. Having sexualized conversations and using props to show what a penis is not okay. This is the kind of stuff that creeps people out. This is the kind of stuff that scares people away.
Able to do this streaming and not have to worry.
Leave the kids alone and stop harassing people.
About finances for, the rest of my life. I would.
They're absolutely a
Because
caricature.
I love doing it. I'm fulfilled here.
You're fulfilled? You're fulfilled harassing people, Lily? What the hell is the matter with you? I think when I cut this up and I make this into the video, I'm probably going to title this Lily Tino, the Trans Karen. That's probably what I'm going to title it. I think that's a pretty good running title. I think I'll go with that.
I'm fulfilled. This is what I.
That's what this person is. This is the first Trans Karen. It's not the only Trans Karen. It's just the first Trans Karen.
So, obviously, that's not possible.
Congratulations, your metamorphosis is complete, my guy.
But y'all make it so much less of a worry because you're incredibly awesome. So, thank you.
You know what the sad part is? The sad part is this person has deep-rooted psychological issues that are not going to get addressed because they're being encouraged to continue this behavior.
Lifetime to be
Essentially rewarding her for manufacturing outrage. Critics argue that Tino deliberately provokes staff to elicit a misstep, for example, an employee misgendering her, only to then play the victim and blast the incident online. In one absurd case, she got stuck in an elevator and pressed the emergency call button. When the unseen operator addressed her as Sir over the intercom, Tino flew into a rage, despite the fact that the person couldn't even see her.
I am trapped in an elevator right now. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit my fault because there's people who were in the elevator that came out while I was waiting for it and said, oh, hey, we're not sure if this elevator is working, but like the elevator looked like it was working when they walked.
Are you an engineer? Are you an elevator technician? I don't think this person is.
So I was like, what's the worst that could happen?
You figured that out real quick, didn't you, bitch?
And I pressed the button and the door closed, and then the buttons didn't work. And now we're stuck here. I pressed the call button and it went to my apartment person. Of course they called me sir as soon.
They can't see you. They can only hear you. And unfortunately for you, Lily, your voice is deeper than mine. You sound like a man. What do you expect?
As I said, hello. Hello, sir.
Should they listen to their lying ears, or should they just do the opposite of what their instincts are telling them, or what their senses are telling them?
Number one, I'm not a sir.
Number one, I'm not a sir. I'm a woman. That's how you sound. I'm not mocking trans people. I'm mocking this idiot.
Two, I'm trapped in an elevator. In that order. I'd rather be stuck in an elevator and called man than...
Oh my god. Am I the only one that sees a complete issue with this person's priorities of what's important and what's not right now? Trapped in an elevator, being called sir. Trapped in an elevator here, being called sir here. This is a higher priority. Are you serious? Life-threatening situation. Someone hurting your feelings. Are you kidding me?
And out of an elevator and called sir. And that's the truth. Oh, there's a little bounce. Oh, I didn't like that. Oh, I didn't like that.
So those of you who don't know about elevators, they have automatic brakes. So if the elevator does lose power and stuff, the brakes close shut. The power that's going to the brakes holds them open. So as soon as the power cuts off, all the brakes on all the rails slam shut. So this person has nothing to worry about.
Oh, I think it's working. We did it.
This
You didn't do
constant
shit.
combative stance toward anyone who doesn't cater to her expectations has been widely condemned. It's not just cisgender audiences who are appalled. Many feel Tino's antics feed into the worst stereotypes of privilege and petulance. By brazenly harassing service workers and boasting about it, she's painted herself as an influencer who thinks those below her should lose their only source of income for offending her. The serious real-world
This is literally the trans Ellen DeGeneres. That's literally what this is.
impact is clear. She's attempting to punish low-wage employees to satisfy her ego, and viewers find it disgraceful. She's quick to take offense at other people's behavior, yet she's been guilty of some pretty despicable actions herself. In a now infamous livestream clip, Tino appeared to call her pet dog, Nugget, a racial slur, the N-word.
Nugget? Nugget?
Now, this content creator's name is Lily Tino, and the other night she was live on stream when she was going to tell her viewers something about her dog Nugget, but instead of saying her dog's name Nugget, she ended up saying another word that starts with an N, and like I said, she definitely should not be saying this word. Now, it seems like she said the word that starts with the letter N on accident, but I really don't understand why she accidentally said
This is small potatoes. I don't care.
She
Let's
later
move on.
tried to claim it was an accident, insinuating she merged
She probably did it to farm shock value.
and Nugget together. But virtually no one bought that excuse. Viewers pointed out that you don't get that word by accident. Given Tino's track record, people believed this slip was no slip at all. It was an ugly reveal of language she had on the tip of her tongue. The incident only reinforced perceptions of her as overtly racist, and it attracted intense backlash. Now, just a few months ago, Lily Tino just unveiled a brand new face, crediting a mid-five
You look exactly the same. Like a guy in a dress.
figure facial feminization package, brow bone, an orbital shave, rhinoplasty, lip lift, jaw taper, and a likely tracheal shave, all revealed in a slick TikTok montage that racked up 500,000 views in 24 hours.
It has been 20 days since my FFS. About 70% of the swelling is gone, but it'll take another year or two for the rest of it to go down. So let me show you around my new face. For reference, here's what I looked like before. First up is the hairline. You can see that it has been moved forward. The line is pretty pronounced right now, but it will fade over time. You might also be wondering about this little dent right here. That is internal stitching, and it will go away in a few weeks. Now, my nose is quite swollen, and that will go down over time, but take a look. You can see it's way more of a ski slope now. Also, my brow bone is way less pronounced.
If you have to go that hard to show the very, very small differences, I'm sorry to say, you look the same. You look the same. The only people who are seeing this are you, unless you take a literal microscope and like, hey, look at this magnifying glass and show, hey, look at this difference of centimeters.
Surgeon said that the brow would probably be the thing that made the most difference in the beginning
didn't.
to feminize my face, and I tend to agree with them. Now, my lips haven't changed, but they went through my lower mouth to get to my jaw. It's hard to see the result here right now because there is a lot of swelling, but over time, you'll see that it is much softer. And last but not least, the Adam's apple is gone. I want to give a huge shout out to my mom who took care of me as I recovered.
I can still see it. What the hell are you talking about? It's right there. It's right there.
I got COVID in the hospital. That made recovery a whole lot harder, but luckily I had a wonderful support network of friends as well that helped me walk my dog and brought food and did all these wonderful things. And I'm super excited for y'all to come on my healing journey as my face settles in over the next few years.
I hope part of your healing journey is treating people decently. I hope part of your healing journey is stopping this outrageous content of treating waitstaff like they don't matter, like they're some kind of lower life form. I really hope your healing journey is a true one where you stop treating people like shit. And also stop taking pictures in bathrooms, you weird motherfucker.
Years.
Supporters flooded the comments with hearts, but skepticism hit just as fast. Two reaction channels slowed her before and after frames and argued the changes were mostly filter work, calling the surgery story another sympathy grift. On Reddit, users traced a spike in livestream donations during the weeks she staged restaurant confrontations, claiming viewers basically bankrolled her makeover, while still asking for healing snack money, prompting TikTok to demonetize at least one post, an action Lily publicized on LinkedIn as proof she was being targeted for being trans. By mid-2025, Lily Tino's public image is, to put it bluntly, in tatters. Once the beneficiary of sympathetic media profiles and celebrity shoutouts, she's now more famous as a cautionary tale. Her TikTok account still boasts around 405,000 followers, a considerable number, but one wonders how many are hate following to catch the next train wreck. Across Reddit, TikTok, and YouTube, Lily has become a running joke and a source of outrage. There are dedicated snark pages cataloguing her misdeeds. In comment sections, you'll find upvoted remarks like, yes, she's a Karen, yes, she treats wait staff.
Alright, there it is. I'm done watching this video. I'm done watching the craziness that is Lily Tino, the trans Karen. Alright, I have no more interest in covering this person. It's honestly deplorable how this person treats waitstaff. It's honestly deplorable how this person takes pictures inside women's restrooms. It's honestly awful to watch. And anybody who follows this and supports this, you should really reevaluate your lifestyle and what you're supporting. This person does not represent the trans community. This person represents themselves, and this person is 100% accountable to themselves. I am not attacking the LGBT community when I'm saying this. This person is and always will be a fucking asshole. That's all I have to say about this one. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the stream there. I have some dogs to walk. I have some dogs to feed. What's up, Atlas? What you doing, big boy? Come here. Come here, big boy. Hop up. Hop up. What you doing? Yeah, he's waiting behind me right now. Oh, is that Einstein? Hey, buddy. You guys are on stream right now. Say hi. Trans Karen. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm going to walk these guys, hang out with them for a bit. So I appreciate you guys watching the stream. Appreciate the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. This video was by Ablaze. Make sure I subscribe. Make sure I like. Yeah, go give him a like. Go give him a follow. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have a good day.